Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show, where I try to bring you new providers, new technologies, and introduce you to the best professionals in the industry, all so you can make informed decisions. Today, I'd like to welcome my friend Ryan Good, the Channel Director of Open Systems, the sponsor of the Top Gun Show. Ryan has held channel management roles at Next Vortex, BCM1, and Ingenia before recently joining Open Systems in April of this year. Ryan, welcome to the Top Gun Show.
Steve, absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's been great to tell the Open Systems story. You've had great interviews this month of your leadership team, and man, I know you guys are killing it globally, and it's fun to watch you guys kind of take over North America as well. So anyway, SASE is a hot topic at the moment. What are some key use cases that you address for your customers?
So, Steve, as it has been for quite some time and still is today, digital transformation is one of the key use cases for us here at Open Systems. So what that looks like is customers, whether at the early stage of their cloud migration strategy or middle point, love the fact that we have our own organically grown technology stack in-house that's custom deployed on a case-by-case basis. So what that looks like is they could start with something like SD-WAN as an MPLS replacement, then layer in different flavors of technology when it makes the most sense for them. Beyond that, consolidation of point products onto a comprehensive and unified platform is big for us as well. Many organizations have grown over time, they've acquired companies, they have different types of technology, whether it might be like a firewall from one vendor, secure web gateway for another, so on and so forth. Environment gets very complex and challenging to maintain. By unifying all of that under a single SASE fabric, it eliminates a lot of these challenges and makes a better user experience all across the board.
That's great. Well, I mean, as I'm listening to you, I'm not the most technical guy. So how does SSE fit into that?
So SSE is a subset of SASE and is really interesting for remote workers as well as on-site users as the web security aspect moves to the cloud. So what that looks like is the last few years, as we all know, a lot more organizations are deploying remote workforces where the users once were in offices, now they're working at home. Maybe they're at a Starbucks, maybe they're on the road, wherever they might be. But the point is they have to get access into company resources that might be hosted in data center spaces. Maybe they're at a company headquarter office or maybe in the cloud. And to do this, VPN technology, antiquated, janky way of doing it, ZTNA rapidly replacing that. That authenticates users and makes it much easier for them to get to the resources wherever the user is, wherever those resources again might be.
Well, that makes sense even to me. That's good stuff, man. So what's a unique use case that you guys solve?
What comes up for us a lot, Steve, is doing a lot of work in the manufacturing vertical, but it's not to say that we're also working with other industries to increase their security locally. So when you look at manufacturing, you have two sides of the house very often. Your OT side, operational technology, where you're going to have like your machines and your devices, and the IT side of the house where you have your people. So it's often a common requirement that you want to segment those two environments. What makes us unique is our ability to do the firewalling on a local level, not in the cloud, all under one platform. That way, on the OT side, those again, devices and machines then allow outside access for maybe some type of third-party supplier that needs to get in there for patching and updating, while leaving the IT side completely separate so that it's secure and all that information remains removed from the operational side of the house. Overarching, I would say though, beyond the technology, is what's really cool about us is the fact that it's not all our own technology, but it's the fact that we deliver all of this as a managed service with our own people, with no need, for outsourced third-party support or professional services from any other company.
Man, you really know your stuff. That's pretty impressive. I love it. I love it. Well, hey Ryan, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun show. You have been for quite some time, and I know there are millions and millions of people watching you right now. Why don't you tell the viewers a fun little known fact about yourself?
Something about me that doesn't come up very often is that in my childhood, my father was a professor of international finance at a few different universities internationally. So a part of my childhood for a couple of years was spent, for example, in Mexico, where I lived, as well as Sri Lanka for a summer. So I guess you could say I had a little bit more of a global experience in my younger years than a lot of people do.
Wow, how old were you when you were in Sri Lanka?
At that point in time, I was 9 years old.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was back in the
You,
90s, Steve. It's been a little while, but
you've lived a full life, my friend, and it's just still getting started. Well, hey, Ryan, thanks a lot, man. I know you're a busy guy. You guys are doing great things at Open Systems. I'm proud to promote you guys. You guys are solid. You're a big part of our portfolio. Thanks for carving out time out of your busy schedule to be part of the Top Gun show today, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Steve. Again, so good to be here. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for watching, everybody.